So here it is, Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022, at nearly 10 o'clock, and we're still got the Disneyland fireworks going. And this is my website. I can't post this web address on Facebook or Twitter without getting a warning that I can't post it because its content is like, I don't know. The Facebook won't let me post this, and so I have to do something stupid like zip and then dash. Say the word dash rather than the hyphen. Bits dot, spell out dot, D-O-T. Go 000 web host app, and then another dot com, and maybe that would work. But who's gonna figure out what all that's coming together for? So I don't know. Just type it into the URL directly, otherwise you can't get there. And so this is the long version. Let me do this. I'll just paste. Hello from Dendrite Digital in Anaheim, makers of the Virtue Data Processor. And this is my resume. I got 4 patents on file with the Patent Trademark Office, the U.S. Patent Trademark Office, reversible cipher, etc. Got lots of education and no degree. I studied the subjects I wanted to, and didn't complete the general ed, mainly because I'm dyslexic and every 5th word I try to spell I get wrong. So I use a lot of grammar checkers and spelling checkers and stuff, and eventually I can get it done. But technology's catching up to my disability. Yeah, the dyslexia has been a problem my entire life. I've been treated for it, in drills and stuff. VACATION. I get that word right, only because it was drummed into me over and over, and I don't know why they did that. Anything they tried just didn't work for my dyslexia. I can't remember the order of letters, and same for names and stuff. I can't. And so I instead of doing the English stuff, I did programming languages, because their vocabulary was so much more limited, or at least the old languages were so much more limited, that I could memorize a handful of simple words and know how to program. Yeah. So on to the website. Here it is. Feel free to come and explore it. There's the web address, zipbits.000webhostapp.com. And the thing I want to show you is I've recently updated my astrology prediction. So this is my birthday, including the time I was born. Here's the current date. As you can see up here, Tuesday, August 23rd at nearly 10 o'clock. And the fireworks are still going. You can hear them over there at Disneyland. And so, I'm going to try to do these the way that I have them listed. JFK, Bobby Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, Selena Gomez, The Weeknd. What is that? Oh, that's Harvey Milk, George Moscone, Natalie Wood, Abraham Lincoln, my brother, and me. That's the grand finale, as you can hear over there at Disneyland. So that went off at a minute till 10. So we should have silence now. And here, yeah, a lot of squares today. But that's nothing. That's nothing. If we go to the 26th, look at that. And if we do, if we go all the way to, let's see if I can, I had at one point like 21 of these squares. Squares are bad, especially when they're combined with the moon Pluto conjunct. And so, and that happens right here on the August 28th at 4:10 a.m. Moon Pluto conjunct. Lots of squares. We'll see that's a bad deal. Fortunately, the squares aren't all with Moon Pluto. There are a lot of squares. See, this is if we start at 0, we go 30, 60, 90. 90 degrees is a square. 30, 60, 90. That's a square. And then we go 30, 60, 90. That's a square. And this is an opposition. And this is a grand square, sort of, with a big orb. So, yeah, it's chaotic. Probably my own demise. So, yeah, let's start over and get this in order. So, JFK, Moon Pluto conjunct. And this is a square. And this is a square. And this is a square. Yeah, so he's got lots of squares and a Moon Pluto conjunct. And then Bobby Kennedy. So here's a Moon Pluto conjunct and a square and a square and a square and a square from Mars up to Uranus here. So, yeah. And then we have a Sun semisextile Pluto. So, yeah, lots of bad aspects with Pluto and the Moon. So, yeah, and that was Bobby Kennedy. Now Marilyn Monroe. You see, you got the date Marilyn Monroe was born. Looks like she's a Gemini. 1926. And died, I think, August 4th, 1962 is the real date. But this was probably when she took pills. You know, Kitty, I'm working. Bob, I fed you. There's no crunchies. So, yeah. If we back out, forward. So, yeah, Marilyn Monroe. Here's a square. Here's a square. Here's a square. This is a square. This is a square. And Jupiter and Sun are squared. See, 30, 60, 90. Goes up and around to Jupiter here. And same for this right here. That's making a square with the Sun. So lots of squares. Moon Pluto conjunct, bad combination, and then we'll move on to Selena Gomez. Moon Pluto conjunct. See, this is September 3rd. We're only at August 23rd. I've gone over this in other videos. There's a square, there's a square, there's a square. And here it's wrapping around and making a square with Uranus. This is a square. And so, yeah. Looks like Pluto's making a square with the moon here too. So lots of negative aspects for Selena Gomez coming September 3rd at 14 minutes after midnight. And then, yeah, the Weeknd, same sort of deal. But look, he's got this Moon Pluto thing in his natal chart, transiting Moon. Every month, the Moon will come by and hit that spot. But now it's actually a lot worse because we have a transiting Saturn that's squaring, and Uranus that's opposition to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, opposition. And T-square with Saturn Uranus. So his state of mind hasn't been very stable lately, and I'm thinking it's these transiting aspects that are causing him to be weird. These are outer planets, so that they're a long duration that he's had this, but it's temporary, and he'll go back to his old self as soon as these have moved on. And then yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a opposition. And here's a square, and these are kind of too far away. Anyway, look at all those squares. And yeah, Moon Pluto conjunct September 2nd, about 7:51. He might be like thinking about Selena and try to commit suicide. I don't know. And then if he can get to Selena, he might try a murder suicide thing. And so yeah, Venus has been giving me trouble. It might not be where this is. I'm using the current numbers, but my ephemeris doesn't agree with the Venus position. It's fine with the most everything else. It just my ephemeris and I might be temporally alienating, temporal aliens. My ephemeris and I don't know if that's true or not. It's just not agreeing. I remember vividly where Venus was in my chart before these numbers, but the Mandela effect. I'm thinking some sort of Mandela effect happened to me, so I'm not in my own time, and this Venus change might be it, or it's just an error. But how could the whole ephemeris be off by like 6 degrees? I don't get it. I go back to my birthday and it's like 6 degrees wrong. Yeah. And I looked at like 2000 on both and it agrees. Back in 64 it's different. but up to the moment, it's almost exactly the same. So I don't know. So there's that. Where were we? This is the Weeknd, and now Harvey Milk. Again, a Moon Pluto conjunct. A square here, a square here, and this is a square. Looks like this goes up and around to Moon, so that's a square. Look at all those squares. Lots of squares with pretty close. Look at this. Look at all these zeros in the squares. And that was Harvey Milk. Yep. Harvey Milk got shot in the head with a bullet from Dan White's gun. Yeah, you can look at these times. 5:46 p.m. looks like about the right time that he shot Harvey Milk. And since this Moon Pluto conjunct is transiting, it's not in their chart. It just pops up out of nowhere. And if their natal chart interacts with it, with squares and oppositions, it's a bad deal. It's a really bad deal. And you can check these relative positions with Neil deGrasse Tyson. All except like Venus. I don't know if he'll agree with that or not. But the relative positions are all the same as they would be in his astrolabe over there at the auditorium or planetarium. He can look at the relative positions. He'll agree with this. So this is 30 degrees. 30-degree raster goes off 30 degrees here on Aries. It comes on Taurus over here, all the way down to Pisces, goes off the right edge in Pisces, comes on the left edge of Aries. So it's a raster, like reading a book. Turning the page when you get down to Pisces. But 360 degrees, you got 12 signs of the zodiac. Times 30 is 360. So every degree in the circle, except it's displayed in a more comprehensive way than the wheel with the glyphs. Nobody understands all that stuff. So this is my way. And then, so that was Harvey Milk, and then George Moscone. Moon Pluto conjunct is the same day as Harvey Milk. George Moscone got shot by Dan White, roughly the same time. I've heard that Dan White ran into what is her name? Dianne Feinstein on his way to get to George. And said, I'm doing something. I have no time to talk. And just bolted past her. And later it came to light that he had shot both Harvey Milk and George Moscone. So, yeah. So we got squares here. We got this is a square. This is a square. Looks like this is a square between transiting Venus and natal Mars. And a lot of squares. Not a whole lot, but they're pretty exact, some of them. Zero orb here, zero orb here. This is in both charts. This is in both charts. And it's involving Pluto and Moon with the same Jupiter, apparently. Where is that? Yeah. Right here. Those two right there. And so that was George Moscone. Here's Natalie Wood. This was a weird case because it doesn't look like any of the other charts. There's all these three planets are squared the natal moon and the transiting Pluto. And these three are in the natal chart. So yeah, Natalie Wood had these three squares in her natal chart, and the transiting Pluto scooting by until the transiting moon lined up with it and fell out of the boat. And then Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. This isn't the day. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it on the 14th, which is the recorded date. And I went to Wikipedia. No, I went to the Library of Congress and found, loc.gov. I found a thing about how during the handwritten and typing movable type days, they often got the date wrong. Those Roman numerals, they transpose a couple things. And so a 14 could come out of flipping the 1 and the V, XIV instead of XVI. When you're using a movable type, you're basically working in a mirror image to line everything up. It would be a simple error just to transpose a V and an I and make a 14 a 16 or a 16 a 14. So yeah, I couldn't find anywhere how here's a sun-moon square. That's no big deal. Here's a moon-Pluto square. That could be a problem. But what about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? See, this is an inconjunct. A square and an inconjunct with moon and Pluto. And then a sun-moon square. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense. But yeah, they said 10 o'clock, so that's going to be different. 10 o'clock would be here. If we put it right exactly at 10 o'clock, yeah, it could possibly be. Yeah, we got some squares here. Got some squares here involving moon and Pluto. Sun square moon. Two important lights doing a number. I don't know. And the Pluto is still in the same area. So I don't know. That could be all it is just lots of moon Pluto aspects. And sun moon. Yeah, squares are bad. Hardly any way to avoid them. So that was Lincoln. And I'm going to jump straight to me. Because, yeah. Here it is. August 28th coming up. Just 5 short days. And this is in the early morning at 4:10. So I don't want to be anywhere near my brother at 4:10. And I think I'll go over to my sister's. He'll probably know I'm there when he doesn't find me stargazing on the Euclid overpass. So look at all those squares. And so yeah, I'm trying to figure out the Venus like I've been saying. So I want to go to the source and find a see on the 26th, which is a bad day for me because Yeah, look at that. Lots of squares. So, August 26th, lots of squares. But thank God no Moon Pluto conjunct with all those. If we adjust the time, get it really lined up. I think it was 5:41 thereabouts. And yeah, look at that. 21 squares. And probably what sets off my brother or whoever else wants to meddle with me. And yeah, if we look at that, look at all this. Look at all these squares. Real tight configuration. And yeah, I think that's an opposition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an opposition. A fair amount of oppositions, considering there's only one in 360 degrees. There's two squares in 360 degrees. Actually, yeah, two squares, two trines, two inconjuncts, two sextiles, two semisextiles, and one conjunction and one opposition in 360 degrees. So, yeah, too many squares. And look at these orbs. A lot of these orbs are pretty tight. So, yeah, that's my chart. And here's what I'm worried about. Moon Pluto, lots of squares. And then what? And so if we finally do my brother, look at all those inconjuncts. So this might be like his deal. And this is at the same time as my bunch of squares. Or, yeah, bunch of squares. See, this is transiting moon. Yeah, see, this is probably like homicidal stuff. And the squares are victim stuff. This might mean he's homicidal. And so, yeah, worried about this date right here. That's my brother. And this is me. See, Moon Pluto conjunct. Lots of squares. Not as many as on the 26th. If we go to the 26th, yeah, at 5:41, boom, lines up. So this probably sets off my brother. He's pissed off at me for what I've done. I haven't done anything except this video. Maybe that's what he's pissed about. He's the network thing. He's got the network all wired. He's cyber stalking me. Everywhere I use the internet, he's following me. So maybe I ought to leave tonight and never come back. At least until the 28th is long gone. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Here we go. You got more than the skinny on that one.